Hello and welcome to Nature Night. In tonight's environment special, we will learn more about the impact our diet has on our planet and glaciers under threat.
First out is meat. Our reporter took the street to test the awareness of ordinary Swedes.
Cattle ranches are estimated to take up around 60 to 70% of the deforested area. In addition, the production of soy has a significant impact on the deforestation. As around 80% of soy becomes animal feed, both industries are dependent on each other as they both ensure the other's progress. Today, soy agriculture takes up around 24 to 25 million hectares of land in the Amazon area. While organizations and local ranchers in the Amazon area are trying to fight the deforestation, it might soon be too late. Scientists worry that the deforestation might soon reach a tipping point. I ask myself how I, as a meat eater myself, can keep this diet up knowing the environmental consequences of my consumption. I suppose I will have to make some drastic changes to my diet in the future, but is everyone else aware what's going on in the Amazon, and would that change their diet? To get an answer, I decided to hit the streets.
Now then, so how many times a week do you eat meat?
I eat meat practically every day because I have a ham on my breakfast sandwich.
Okay, right. And do you enjoy eating meat?
I do.
Right. So if I told you that meat production is one of the main causes for deforestation and global warming, does that in any way affect your opinion of your meat consumption?
It does not, because I am sure to be dead before the world goes under because of the deforestation.
All right. Now then, how many times a week do you eat meat?
Red meat I eat perhaps once a week at most, and chicken maybe 2 times a week.
All right, and you enjoy eating meat?
Yeah, a bloody hamburger.
Ah, right. But if I told you that meat consumption and production is one of the main causes for deforestation and global warming, does that in any way affect your opinion on your meat consumption?
I am aware of it, and therefore I eat very limited amounts of meat. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Gustav. And now over to Kajsa and the topic of fish.
Thank you, Astrid and Alice. Now, it's not just the Amazonian animals on land who are affected by consumerism. It's also the animals in the Amazonian waters. The giant Amazon fish, Arapiama, is now locally extinct in many areas due to overfishing. This occurs when fish aren't allowed the time to mature and procreate before being fished, resulting in dwindling population numbers. The Arapiama no longer dominates the Amazon rivers, and reasons for the overfishing is considered to be because of its size. Only 27% of communities where the Arapiama resides have rules for its fishing. Dr. Costello of Virginia Tech sees this as proof that it's time to spread local ecological knowledge. To prevent further extinction of the Arapiama, management for relevant areas are being developed, but there is a lack of support from governmental agencies. Back to the studio.
And now to the Himalayas, where the glaciers are slowly melting.
Hello, and welcome to Nepal, Himalaya. Glaciers in Himalaya are melting. This has been established by a study called Glacial Lakes and Outburst Floods in Nepal, Himalaya by Yamanda and Sharma. The study concerns statistics of natural disasters caused by a flood from an outburst of a glacial lake called Gloof. Furthermore, the article concerns the frequency of gloofs, potential gloofs, and the consequences. The authors assert that potentially dangerous glaciers have increased in the area of study, Nepal, Himalaya. In the article, we can find a list of outbursts between 1964 and 1991. The established consequences of the outbursts are the damage of hydropower system and cultivation fields. Furthermore, there is a list of potentially dangerous outbursts in Nepal Himalayas. The list contains 8 different places found with flight observations, among others. The article shows a strong correlation between outbursts and time. The most contributing cause is our carbon emissions. The article's conclusion is of that the natural disasters caused by GLUFs have a high frequency in comparison to other natural hazards, such as a tsunami. Therefore, the authors suggest that planners and engineers have to pay consideration of GLUFs while building, for example, infrastructure. Therefore, the study is relevant for today's environmental research because it contributes with statistics over glacier outbursts as an effect of glacier melting and how it affects the society. Therefore, to prevent these disasters, we need to think about our carbon emissions. The article clearly shows the devastating effect of it. That was all for Himalaya today. Thank you for listening.
Marine biologist and documentary filmmaker Rob Stewart has passed away at the age of 37. On January the 31st, Stewart went diving with a group of other divers near a shipwreck at the coast of Florida. He came up to signal that he was all right, before disappearing underwater, never to be seen again. 3 days later, the Coast Guard announced that they had found him drowned with the following tweet. Body of diver Mr. Stewart reportedly found at depth of 220 feet by ROV assist to Key Largo Volunteer Fire Department. Stewart was best known for his 2006 documentary Sharkwater. The personal and beautifully shot documentary highlighted the issue of sharks being fished for their valuable fins. The fins are primarily used in shark fin soup, which is considered a delicacy in China. Shark finning poses a great threat to sharks. 1/3 of all shark species are currently endangered. As top predators, sharks control the ecosystem. If sharks go extinct, it will cause a trophic cascade and a collapse of the ocean's ecosystem. At the time of his death, Stewart was filming a second documentary called Sharkwater Extinction. It were to be released later this year.